Ah! It's kind of working. This has been a little adventure. This only has 4 channels that work at the moment. The guy that we had it to had some emergency, so we had to get it back from him. So we're not going to be able to do it completely analog. It's going to be a bit of a hybrid setup. We're going to record the drums to here and then dump those into the computer, and we'll mix there, and we can master still to tape. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I got my best friend Saba working on the drums because he's a master with the Tempest. Most people really don't want to work with the complexities of this thing. But we're just going to trust the process because this has, where is he? Roger Lynn. It's got the Lynn sounds, and that's what post-punk needs.
It's got electrolytes.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't really know exactly how we're going to do this yet, but one theory is we're going to take the sounds from the Tempest, put them into the MT8X. We don't have a good reverb in the rack yet, so we're going to use the terrible spring reverb from this old Marshall, and hopefully that will not sound terrible. It might just sound delightfully distressed. On here, I don't even know if it's good enough gate for this, but we could just put this into the output of here, and then just one more cable goes into the input in there.
Essentially what we're attempting to do here is make a gated snare. For those of you who don't know what that is, it was the sound of the 80s. Basically, you run a snare through a bunch of reverb with a compressor on it to make it sound way huge, and then you take that way huge sound, and then you cut the long tail of the reverb off with a noise gate, so it still sounds punchy. And then you mix them together and you get something like this. If you want an in-depth video about this, you should probably check out the video from Vox. I'll put it in the description, and it goes into the details on how this was really created. Anyway, back to the video.
All right. Let's try it. Okay, so here's what we got going on here. We have a semi-broken MT8X. We have 4 channels working on it, but we can't record to all 4 of them at the same time, which is just rotten luck. So we're going to do the drums in mono, which is unfortunate, and also even more unfortunate is since we can't record them individually, we got to make sure it is done perfectly from the beginning. So we have to make sure it's mixed down now, and we're just going to do the best we can. Here's the setup we have right now here, and we're recording from a Tempest, which my friend Saba last night helped me figure out. If you are familiar with, well, post-punk, I guess, and why you're watching this, the Lynn drop was really commonly used in a lot of albums. A lot of current musicians are still using it, but they're incredibly expensive to get the original one. The Tempest isn't a cheap drum machine, but I think you can still pick them up a lot cheaper than a proper Lynn drum. But the cool thing about it is it has all the original sounds, but you can choose to add and mix different oscillator sounds into it as well, so it's like a very customizable. That being said, we are not doing that so much. We are pretty much running this mostly bone stock. The Marshall reverb, so we're reamping the snare and the hi-hats through the Marshall, giving it a little bit of spring reverb, which does sound nice. I think I recorded it with a little bit too much this last time through. And yeah, just compressing it a little bit so it sits in the mix. So that being said, maybe a little bit too much reverb. We're going to tone that down, and we're going to do another take. But overall, it sounds pretty good. We were gonna. Dude, we had plans to record an entire album with this thing. We're gonna be very lucky if we get one song out of it tonight.